Some local schools have new resources when it comes to mental health care. Courtney standing by with more on this great program.
Yeah, we've got Representative Josh Harder joining us right now. He's live in D.C. joining us. He's trying to get some work done this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we want to talk about this program. It's called Promotoras. And I read this article by Andrea Brasino in the Modesto Bee, and she spoke about who the program is geared towards and how it's going to be accomplished. Give us a little background.
Well, I've heard from so many parents and teachers about how hard the last year has been for our kids. It's great to have kids back in the classroom, but think about those fifth graders that are having trouble connecting with friends after a year spent on Zoom, or a first grader who's maybe a little behind on reading. And it's past time that we give our school districts the resources they need to get the mental health support for those kids after the anxiety and depression and mental health issues that we've seen been on the rise.
Absolutely. And as Andrea mentioned, it's not been a shortage, or I should say the shortage of healthcare workers where this is concerned has been before the pandemic, right? But the pandemic, I would say, heightened it and really made us realize.
COVID in many ways exposed the cracks in our healthcare system that already existed. We already knew how big a deal mental health was across the Central Valley. Now we've seen how much more work we have to do. And that's why this program is so important. The Promotoras are one of the most successful mental health outreach programs we have across Stanislaus County. These are Spanish-speaking women who go into the hardest hit and most challenging regions across our area. And now we're going to be able to double the size of that program to get 18 new mental health clinicians directly into our school districts to work with kids each and every day.
Which is fantastic to hear. A lot of people want to know, though, where's the funding coming from?
So this is directly coming from the federal budget. So this is a grant coming from the federal government that's going to make sure that we can actually expand the size of this program. It'll come into effect as soon as the president signs the budget, hopefully at the end of the year. And these clinicians can go right out immediately into the school districts and get help to get kids the help that they need.
And do we know how long this program is going to last, be able to get those clinicians where they need to go?
So right now, this is a one-year grant, but we're hoping that this program will be in existence for a long time. I would say that there's an acute mental health crisis right now coming out of this pandemic with our kids that have just been really struggling after the last year. But this is not a pandemic-only problem. This needs to be ongoing support, and not just in our schools, everywhere. Everyone has talked to me about how important it is to make sure that we are upgrading the mental health services that exist across the valley.
All right. And we know this is, again, taking place in Stanislaus County, also parts of San Joaquin County, too. Is that right?
We're hoping that right now it's only Stanislaus County, but we're hoping to expand it across the Central Valley.
Okay.
This is something that we have good data on. We know it works. Now it's time to make sure it gets to the people who need it.
All right. Well, Representative Harder, we know that you are very busy today, so we appreciate your time this morning to let us know about the Promotoras program. Again, that's kicking off for this school year. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good one. Tina, back over to you.
I believe we'll be right back.